Hey everybody, it's Lynn. I hope that you're having a blessed day. Today is Good Friday, and I've already missed seeing you early morning of our Holy Week breakfast. I've missed you all week. I've been missing you, and I just want to tell you that I loved you, and that I was thinking about you, and I can't wait till we're together again. But this Good Friday, I wanted you to think about, we call it Good Friday just simply because we are Easter people. That means we know what's going to happen. It's Friday, but Sundays are coming. But on Friday is a time for us just to stop and to reflect of the amazing gift that Christ gave us by dying on the cross for us. And it does kind of make you start thinking about things in a different perspective, and it got me thinking about my grandmother. My grandmother lived till she was 98 years old, and she was a very big churchgoer. So she went every time that she had an opportunity to. And older she got, later on in life, it was more difficult for her to get to church. And I said, well, Grandma, are you going to church Sunday? And she says, Lynn, let me just tell you, I've gone to church for all these years, and every Good Friday, Jesus is crucified on the cross. And every Sunday, he rises again, and the tomb is empty. And I was like, well, Grandma, that is true. She goes, every time. There's not been one year that he hasn't risen. And it got me to thinking. And I was thinking, that is so true. It's always the same. And she says, but Lynn, here's the thing, is that we are never the same every Easter. And that got me to think about how, what a loving God that reminds us each year during this season of his amazing love for us, that he would give his son. And we might not be in the same place that we were last year. And we're experiencing this season, this Easter, in a whole different way. Maybe you've lost somebody this year that you loved, or maybe you've been struggling with a friend or a family, or maybe just things have not been going the way that you were hoping to, or maybe something big happened, or a big change happened. And God was faithful during all those times, and you can take a time to look back at all the things that are different as to what was last year, Easter. Think about it. Last year at Easter, we were getting ready to sing for Easter service. We had already got our Easter outfits, and we're probably working on getting our shoes for this weekend. During this weekend, it's a little panicky, and got to get everybody all looking good and all that kind of stuff. And this year, we get to meet together and we worship together, which is it's an amazing thing that we can do through our videos and through our recordings of different services and stuff. But it's just different, isn't it? This pandemic has kind of thrown a loop in everything, even more so than every year. So I want you to think about that and maybe see during this waiting time between Friday and Sunday morning, how the disciples must have felt as they were waiting, knowing that their friend, their teacher, has died on the cross, and they don't know what to come next. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of like us in this situation. We really don't know what to expect next, but we can count on the empty tomb. But today, I think it's so important that we stop for a minute and kind of muddle around in this Friday, that we get into the mix of this Friday, maybe even figuring out where would you be on that Good Friday at the cross. Would you be at Jesus's feet, or would you be over to the side? Would you be in the background? Would you be terrified? Would you be saddened? Just think about that day and the enormity of it, and where would you be? And brings us back to where are we now in our faith journey and our faith walk. And I just pray that this journey has been different for you. I pray that it has made it a little bit more difficult, or made you maneuver in a different way, because that's what a faith journey is about. That's why God gives us this constant reminder each year, is for us to be changed by him and his grace and his love. So I want you just to, for just the day and tomorrow, just to think about where your faith is and where God has been there to pick you up or strengthen you, or maybe just been there when you just you just really told him everything that was going on, and you weren't really polite, or maybe you were just exasperated when you called out to him, but he has always been there. Think on those things today and tomorrow, so that when we experience this risen Christ on Sunday, which we will be transformed and changed and know how much of a gift it is. I'm just so grateful and thankful that I get to experience that with my brothers and sisters in Christ. And I pray that you think of how this Easter, you are different because you are sheltered in God's grace. Can't wait to see you Easter morning. Love you dearly. Mwah, mwah, mwah.